panelist, even though I wanted to give her the first questions, but okay, we'll start with Matan and Roy. I start with telling us what you guys are doing.
Hi, I'm Matan. I'm the founder and CEO of Iron Drone, not Iron Dome, Iron Drone. But we are not that different. Basically, we intercept malicious drones. Our drones catch the bad drones that intrude the airspace, mid-air, and bring them back to safety. Just very briefly, at least.
I am Roy. I'm the co-founder of Real, which is the FPV Racing Israel League. We fly drones for fun, but we made it like a league, and we compete with each other. About 2,500 members in our community, and about 200 addictions with the drone. And we do, we are combining with the FAI and the regulation and everything. And we represent Israel with the drone leagues.
So how did you start to go into that hobby?
Actually, I started when a friend of mine bought a simulator for airplanes. I installed it, and then I say, hey, if I installed it, let's have fun with it. And I just fell in love. That was with airplanes, then it went to helicopters, and then it went to these small amazing things that you can fly for about 160 kilometers per hour. This thing has no gravity because it flies like hell. You fly it through the camera that's in the front, which transmit the video in the back, and when you're flying, you're using the goggles in order to see where you're flying for. And after you fly for a while, you wanted to see who's flying the best. So you put obstacles, and then you fly in a course, and then you see who is flying the best.
We have a video of that, right? But we will show it. No, not yet? Okay. But joining us is Leah. Leah, tell us a little bit about yourself, about what you do.
Hi, my name is Leah Shved. I'm the head of the police unit who's dealing with innovation. Also, I want to tell you a little bit about what we are doing with drones in the Israel police.
Go ahead. You can start telling us about what the Israeli police does with drones.
Okay. Few months ago, we launched in a big event drones for the unit, for the police unit in the field. Our vision is to give every police unit, every police station, a drone that will give her the ability to be more efficient, do her mission better than in the regular things that we do usually.
So these are, for instance, like chasing after thieves, or more for traffic control, these kind of things?
Also traffic, and also every mission we have, criminals, a lot of like every football game. When you have a football game and a lot of people in the field, if you're using a drone, you can feel better what happened in the audience, how the crowd, what happened.
I didn't think about that. That's nice. Very nice. And where do you see the future in using drones for the police?
Now it's just the beginning, because the vision of the police is to give every unit a drone. So when citizens will call the police, before the police car patrol will go, you can use a drone to see what happened, and then decided. Usually today we use helicopter, and by using drone, do it much faster, much cheaper, and a future with like video analytics on the road. You can use less officers by this technology.
That's going to be scary. Are you seeing other polices doing similar things or different things?
Yes, in the like 3-4 years, polices around the world, the UK, United States, Canada, Japan started using drones and using technology through drones, and it's just the beginning because the sky is the limit.
I totally agree. Let's go back a bit to Roy to tell us a bit about Frill. What are the initials of Frill?
The main goal of Frill is to establish a real league with government support in order to be a part of the National Drones Association. Right now we're just doing it by 3 individuals that which are not the day job. We volunteer.
But you've got more than 3 pilots, right? More than 3.
No, 3 co-founders that do it completely voluntarily. We have about more than 200 pilots, professional pilots. They flew all day in the football course, a basketball course. It's amazing. We just posted on the Facebook, hey, listen, we're going to build a race course. Who wants to fly? And people just took the day off and came and flew and just say, hey, it's my turn, it's my turn. They just want to fly all day. It's amazing. It's really addictive sport. And it's the most, I think it's the highest adrenaline course, sport, but without doing the sports. As you can see, I'm not the bodybuilder, but but I used to do all the adrenaline rush, skydiving and flying and everything, and this gives me my adrenaline portion exactly as I need with the most safety manners.
Nice. How many are there around the world who do FPV flying?
I think that this sport is very new. It's about 2 years old. The most biggest event were in Dubai 1.5 years ago, which a kid named Bunny UK, which is only 14 years old, took the 1 million prize.
Did you fly to compete?
We had a one-way ticket because it was in Dubai, and we decided that it's not enough for us. But we did compete in Japan, and we did compete in Ibiza. And after last 2 weeks ago, we had the main Israeli competition. And the first place, which is here, is a kid which is only 16 years old, and he's going to represent Israel in Korea. And having the
It's
chance.
probably too old, you know.
Yes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and the prize is going to be about $50,000 US.
And now let's go to the other side of the equation, to Matan, who takes down those drones from the sky. So you told us a bit about Iron Dome. Where do you
Iron
see
Drone.
It was a silent hour. So who are your potential customers? Where do you think this is going?
So the thing is today that, you know, if you go back 10 years ago, the only one who could fly something in the air is an airline or could make something like this is either a country or maybe Boeing or Lockheed. But today the skies are actually democratized. Every kid can order a kit on eBay, just gets the parts, assemble them at home. And now what happens is that the basic element of physical security, which is called a fence, is already useless. So everybody who has a fence, basically, if you want to go over the fence, you spend $1,000 if you want the high-end solution, and you can bypass the fence. So it starts with Borders Patrol, of course, where they have smugglers smuggling drugs and stuff across the borders. They smuggle a lot of contraband into prisons. of course, critical infrastructures that need to protect. They have a lot of protection on the ground, personnel, heavily guard, but you can easily go above. Going also to stadiums, places with, open air events, and then of course airports, which have big problems with drones. There was just 1 month ago, there was this guy actually uploaded his own videos just outside Tel Aviv when he's flying his drone 20 or 50 meters from a passenger airplanes, a couple of them. So it's happening all across, also airports.
And he was stupid enough to upload it online by his name.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm sure there are others that haven't been. that stupid.
And also with his own picture.
So how does your solution looks like?
So when you look at the drone threat, we divide it to what we call a reckless kid, someone who's just kind of stupid, like this guy, and someone who really has bad intentions, like a criminal or a terrorist. And we are more focused on the latter part, the malicious guys. And for those guys, solutions that you can find today, like electronic warfare, like jamming or hijacking the signals, are simply not good enough, because you can make your drone completely autonomous, or you can fly your drone over cellular, like you do. So, so the only way to stop those drones is to physically get them, and that's what we do. Basically, once the drone is detected by an off-the-shelf system, we launch our own interceptors drone. They fly to the target to mid-air, using ground sensors and onboard sensors, and once in close proximity, they deploy a net to catch the other drone, capture it in the air. It entangles the propellers, so we carry it back to safety, so we can inspect it and also prevent it from falling on bystanders and on the ground. So the story is quite simple. We fly our own autonomous drone, which catches the other drone, brings it back. Getting it done is slightly more challenging.
Why not just use a hawk like the video?
Well, hawks are good. I find it hard to see the police officer who says, I feel we have a hawk guarding us, that's good enough. Also, hawks are endangered species, and they don't come in all sizes, they come just in one size.
My joke was always that we're already building a drone that will take down the hawks. So
Yeah.
nice. Leah, do you think you'll be using those kind of systems against other drones?
I want to tell you a story, 2 stories, that one of them are very relevant to this case. One of them is a few months ago, a drone got to this Dedov airport, and the man who took the drone tried to take a picture of an airplane, and by chance nothing happened and everything was okay, but we arrested the guy, and this is one of the threats of what can happen. So in the last year, we the number of investigation carrying drones are getting more and more. Drones that trying to get photos or interrupting, or drones that are very suspicious. So by the number of cases, we can see the threat getting bigger and bigger. I have one more story, something good, about using drones by the police. In the summer vacation, few young guys went to the Kinneret, and we use drones to find the missing kids. We use it by drones. We do it quickly, and we can scan a big area, and
But that was instead of using a helicopter, or
Yeah.
helicopter was not available?
It's cheaper, it's faster. Uh,
Nice. So that's another nice use case, a good one.
yes.
So where do you see where do you see? How big today is your fleet? How many drones do you have, if you're allowed to say, the Israeli police?
Now it's the first step. We have already 40 units, a police station who have their own drones, and they
So-
can activate it independently. They don't need a special force. They have two police team that have a special training to do it. It's like 2 months training. Yes, it's very, and it's not like in the,
I think that Roy does a shorter training
yes.
for people.
No, but it's because of the regulations where I have to do it by the law.
I think that you are already bigger than El Al in the number of airplanes that you have.
Yes.
That's
And
it.
we're going to go bigger and bigger by the next
Do you know how
years.
many missions those drones are doing every day, every month?
They're doing missions like everyday mission that the
Wow.
police commander of the station decided that he needs the drone. It can be a traffic, it can be a very big event, or a lot of the variety of missions is very, very big, and it depends of the area and the station.
Nice. Bigger stations get more drones, or
Now just one drone,
drone.
but maybe in the next years more.
Roy, I wanted to ask you, do you think you'll manage to escape Matan system with one of your drones?
I challenge him.
So maybe next year in the field outside, in the basketball
Anytime.
court. Before we close down, I want you to think about where do you see the future of drones, anti-drones. It doesn't have to be police, racing, or anti-drones, but give us your 1 to 2 minutes each of where do you think we're going, both in what you are expert in, and both what you think about the general industry of drones. It doesn't have to be, we're not expert in the whole drone industry, but we are part of it. So I think it's going to be interesting to see a few points of view of where this industry as a whole is also going.
I think that I put the drone racing aside. I think that what you are trying to do, like the big mesh of the drones, is super important, because if I'm flying just to take a picture of a movie or an agriculture or something, and she's flying one of the drones for police assignments, and we're not familiar with each other, and I'm a trained drone pilot and I have license, and she made a policeman do it as well. If we don't coordinate each other and we don't have a big mesh like airplanes do, the disaster is coming.
As long as it's within visual line of sight, then it's okay.
Yes, but as we all know, after 20 or 30 meters, you don't usually have the visually inside, and it's really started to be complicated. And once you're starting a mission, even if it's to take a picture of a building or chasing a thief, once you start the mission, you forget about the distance. And if we don't coordinate and make like a full mesh that the drones can speak and see each other, it's going to be a disaster, because the usability of drones is amazing for all kind of things. It saves a lot of money, and it saves lives, and it's really super highly things that this era gave us in the last 10 years. But if we won't do it smart and don't coordinate it with each other, gonna be a disaster. That's my opinion.
Matan, go ahead.
I think when you speak about the future, there will be two main waves or steps. The first one is where the big wave of regulation will allow beyond visual line of sight flights. And that's where you will start seeing drones flying all over for shipments, inspection, deliveries, precision agriculture. Those are the applications that are being developed today. They are technologically almost ready. And I'd venture say that the biggest challenge is actually the regulation and managing expectations between the companies, the regulator, and what people are feeling comfortable with having drones above their head. It's a lot of also psychological question of whether people are okay with that. A lot of like autonomous cars.
You're always afraid of someone with a shotgun if you're flying above his backyard, taking you down.
Yeah. So once the regulation is there, we'll see definitely those use cases that we talked about today. My take is that the next step would be those extra complicated stuff that is being done from the air. Maybe helpers in construction, maybe drones that can do a lot more actually mapping and activities. Of course, in the defense and law enforcement, there's so much that can be done. But where scientists and engineers struggle badly to get drones that can climb the steps when you can easily just fly over. So we'll see drones in urban warfare, in external warfare. We'll see them all over of those places. We already see the first signs of that, but it will be much more complicated. So I think the future, in terms of the technology of drones, is in those. Once the first step is ready regulation-wise, the next step of highly complex robots is where it's going.
Great, and Leah?
I think it's the same. So I think the threat for the police is the same, like using drones, crashing drones, also
do you think that drones will be replacing police officers on the ground?
what?
Do you think that the drones will be replacing officers on the ground? So totally, instead of just sending one before, then...
I think it can help you. It can't really change things, but it's a thing that it can help you in the in your work. It can't replace human. I think the technology that on the drone can help you be more efficient, doing your work better, but it can't really change things you do.
I think that is a very good point.
In the end, the citizens want to see person, so.
I think that is a very good point to take, that they will help you be more efficient, but they won't replace us totally, both
Yes.
in police work and in other areas. So Leah, Roy, and Matan, thank you so much for coming to the panel. And enjoy the rest of your time. We actually have a few minutes for questions, so go ahead.
As I understood, your company is going to deal with delivery programs managed by clouds and stuff like that. How do you think the problem of such a short life of the batteries of the drones is going to be solved? They're working today on the 20 minutes, half an hour batteries. Isn't it a very big obstacle?
So I think that the battery life matters to all of us. And it's evolving, but linearly, not exponentially. So the levels of solution that you can offer are dependent on the battery life that you have. So in frill, how much time do you stay in the air? 3 minutes per competition because the battery size is very, very small. And this is a big drone for competition. The smaller one is, yeah. Leah, how long do you stay in the air in missions? 10, 15 minutes maximum, right? Even more. That's nice, 20 minutes. Matan, how long do you stay in the air? 5 minutes or so. We stay, doing deliveries, we stay up to 14 minutes or so, and it's sufficient. We don't care about the time, we care about the distance. So we can take 3 kilograms to 5 kilometers and fly back. So with 2 stations, you can cover all of Manhattan or Tel Aviv and the surrounding area. As we move forward, and we'll have better chemistry, or we might have better propulsion systems, better motors, better controllers, or maybe a new hybrid technology will come in, then we'll be able to do a lot more with those drones, stay a lot of more time in the air. But yes, battery life is very, very limiting these days. But you know, each one of us is trying to solve a specific problem. I'm not sure that we'll be solving the battery life of drones within our companies or organizations.
Thanks.
Any other question? So, תודה רבה לכולם, and have a great day in DLD.